Hello, we're Show TV, and I'm here with Kuldip and Anuj from Always. So today we're going to be talking about broadcast in AV, enterprise broadcast. And so, Kuldip, Anuj, the pandemic is over. We're returning back to the office, right? So why is there still a demand for broadcast technology in the enterprise space? What's driving this demand, and why are corporate spaces looking to focus on content creation?
So that's a good question. I think post-COVID, immediately after COVID, we saw a very downtake on in terms of the consumption of the office space. But 2022 onwards, people have been very comfortable to come back to office. But that habit that built during that 1.5 year phase where live streamings were happening, where town halls were happening online, where a lot of consumption was happening online. I think that has not, it has gone down well with the people, right? So there are good lessons to be learned from that period of 1.5, 2 years, where a lot of collaboration is also happening online, and the same thing we see on the corporate broadcast space, right? So right now, I think a lot of town halls across are happening on these devices. People are okay with that. There are live streamings, and we still see that hybrid work culture across the globe. I mean, from my previous real estate experience, I can say that 60% of the companies are still following that hybrid culture across the globe. Since last 6 months, people have started pushing people to come back to office, but this thing is not going to go away. So that's why we see this trend still happening post-COVID.
Okay. Yeah, and enterprise broadcast, right? Is it restricted to firms that have that capital to invest in it? Or is that true? Do you want to challenge that statement?
Yeah, it's a great question because traditionally audiovisual infrastructure has been into the realm of the big enterprise. Um, Equipment costs were high. We also had the cost of install, testing, programming, which was high. I think now what's happened is a lot of, with the advent of Teams and Zoom and a lot of software driven solutions, it's far easier for smaller and mid sized organizations, nonprofits, enterprise to facilitate broadcasts within the organization. It's a great way to spread the message of senior management, have cultural events, and just spread more awareness of certain objectives and initiatives of the organization. I think what we've seen as practitioners has been we have these software-driven solutions. Some of these platforms have inbuilt webcast broadcast capabilities. We've also seen that there are certain features within camera systems, DSPs, etc., which are enabling easier connect to existing systems. So it's no longer the realm of the big boys. You also see these much entry-level prosumer systems as well, which are also portable. They're not. You don't need to create a specific room within the enterprise. So indoor, outdoor, it's a great way to kind of keep the message going.
Yeah. And the AV world, we're always talking about this convergence, right? AV and broadcast convergence. We hear that a lot. And always, you guys are really good at doing broadcast stuff. You have that long experience doing it, right? So, what can you kind of take away from this with your experience in broadcast and AV, right? What can you like bring away back to the AV world?
I think it boils down to what I like to think about is end user applications. The needs or the distinctions between AV and broadcast and IT are definitely getting blurred. I think what we are converging or what most large enterprises think about is application. What do I need to use this physical space for? What do I need to use this meeting room for example? How do I use it? Who will use it? And these are more fundamental first principles questions which need to be answered over is it a broadcast application or is it a regular AV application? That's the way at least we look at it. We spend a lot of time trying to peel the onion at the design stage before we kind of throw in a suggestion.
Nice. Okay. So, and do you have any final remarks about AV broadcast, enterprise broadcast?
I mean, for me personally, I think we've seen a tremendous growth with the return to office. India is a booming market. We see a lot of demand for unique solutions, unique applications. I love it because it keeps us thinking. We cannot claim to have all the answers. We do get educated a lot by the industry, the market, and of course the end customer.
Yeah, I mean, recently we have seen a lot of uptick in the demands. Innovative demands are coming from the clients. So it's happening across the spectrum on the meeting room side, on new instrument side, on the broadcast side, on command center side, right? So in general, we see a lot of demand coming, going high on these cross assets. So yes, I mean that's the trend that we'll see across 12 months, 18 months down
Okay.
the line. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you so much for your insights.
Thank you.